What's going on, everyone? So today we're doing another review for another ANTOP antenna. This is the AT-400BV Flat Panel Smart Pass Amplified Outdoor Indoor Antenna. 70-mile range on this thing. So I'm going to show you how to hook it up and get this crystal clear picture. So as mentioned, this is the second ANTOP antenna that I am reviewing and installing. I love the first one so much, and you can see the video on my channel, that I really wanted to try the second one, this one right here. And this is a 70-mile range antenna, so unless you live in the middle of the ocean, you're going to be able to pick up your local stations no problem. Not only is this thing extremely easy to install, which I'll show you, but it really looks good on the side of the house. It doesn't look like one of those big bulky metal antennas that you used to have back in the day. So not only does it look good, easy to install, it's also functional. So I'm going to show you the steps that I did to put this up, and then we'll do a review at the end of this, and I'll show you how well it actually works. So when you get your antenna in, you're going to open up the box and you're going to see a few different pieces of equipment. Not a big deal, extremely easy to put together, but on the far left you're going to see the main antenna, and this is what you're either going to hang on the side of your house or you're going to bring inside of the house. Once again, this is an indoor outdoor antenna, so you can do it both ways. The little package over here, and I'll show you a picture of this in the video up close, this is the booster. So if you're using this in the house, you may need to use a booster to boost the signal, and all this does is screws into the back of your television, and then the coax cable coming out of your wall, you would screw that on the other end and then plug it in, and that boosts the signal. If you're using this antenna outside, you will not need the booster because it is extremely strong. Then you have your two attachments here, the long poles that you screw into each side of the antenna, and I'll show you that later. This helps pick up some reception. This round thing here is a base, so once again, if you want to bring this inside, you can put a base on the bottom of this antenna and just set it right next to your television or on the floor if you want. Then you're going to get a 39-foot coax cable, and that is extremely long, so you have no problem finding an area outside to run this antenna into the inside because you have such a long cable. And then you also have a mounting bracket, so if you have an existing metal antenna, you can actually hook this up to that existing antenna, and you don't have to worry about screwing this into the side of your house. This is the bracket that would come with your new ANTOP antenna that you can actually use to hook your new ANTOP up to your previous existing metal antenna. If you already have a pole up there, you can use that bracket to secure your new ANTOP. You don't have to worry about drilling new holes into the side of your house. And this is a close-up shot of the actual base that you can clip on the bottom of the antenna for indoor use, and the actual booster. So once again, you'll get a plug, you plug it into an outlet, and then you just screw the coax cable into the actual booster and then screw that into the television. So extremely easy to do. You're only probably going to need to do that if you're using it as an indoor antenna. So now you need to install the antenna on the side of your house using this bracket. You don't need to take this off, but just take some wood screws about 2 or 3 inches long and then drill it right into the side of your house. That's it. And just to show you, this is what it looks like once you screw this bracket into the side of the house. Once again, the bracket's already mounted on the back of the antenna. All you have to do is put the antenna up against the house and put some screws into each hole. So you're going to have 2 on the left and 2 on the right, and that should hold it nice and secure. So you can see in this picture that the bracket's secured to the side of the house, but now what we need to do is install the coax cable. Now you can do this before you actually install the antenna on the side of your house, or you can actually do it after. It doesn't really matter as long as you can get behind the antenna and screw on the coax cable. Once you screw that on, you connect it. You want to take this plastic sleeve that you can see that's connected to the antenna in the back and slide it up into the slotted area. This prevents the elements from the outside getting in, thus destroying your antenna. So once again, make sure that you screw that coax cable in, and then once it's nice and tight, you want to make sure that that sleeve goes up inside the slot, and that way you don't get water inside your antenna. Now the fun part begins as you drill a hole in the side of your house. Now if you have an outside splitter, you do not need to do this step, but if your splitter's inside the house, you need to get that coax cable inside to hook it up. I'm using a 3/4 inch drill bit, and that's all you need to do. So now you can see here that I have a lot of cable left over, and you don't want it just hanging there. So what you need to do is get on the inside of the house and actually pull that through. And you want to make sure that once you get that pulled through, you put some silicone over here so you don't get water in the house. So now once you pulled it nice and snug from the inside, you can see it's nice and clean. You can secure it to the side of your house and you don't have to worry about it blowing around. And last but not least, all you have to do is attach the 2 rods that come with this. They screw on each side, one on the right, one on the left. You'll see the bolts actually sticking out through, and then you'll actually just screw them on. And that is the final step to installing this outside of the house. Now let's go inside to the actual splitter. So we had the splitter on the inside. Some houses have these splitters on the outside. So if you do have the splitter on the outside, you do not need to follow the step that we showed in the last clip. But since the splitter was on the inside in the basement area, we brought the antenna cable in and then hooked it up to the in porthole on this splitter. It's a 3-way splitter. You're able to hook up 3 televisions. Now if you wanted to hook up 4 televisions, you would get a 4-way splitter. 5 televisions, a 5-way splitter, and so on. So the bedroom, the family room, and the living room are now all hooked up to this antenna simply by adding this splitter. So once again, the white cable goes in, and then the 3 television cables that were once hooked up to the cable are now screwed into the outlets of the splitter. And all you have to do is use the cable now that you had hooked up to your satellite or cable before and make sure it's hooked up into the back of the television, and that is it. Now all you have to do is do a channel surf. I'll show you that real quick and you're ready to go. Now the final step before you get your free TV is doing a channel search. If you don't do a channel search, this is not going to work for you. It's just going to say no channels available, and you don't want that. So what you need to do is go to your television, go into your settings or options and look for antenna. Once you find antenna, do a channel scan or a channel surf. Very easy to figure out. You can find other YouTube videos to show you how to do it. But once you do that, you're going to see this bar going up to 100%. Once you get to 100%, depending on the area that you're in, you may get between 14 channels up to maybe 28 channels because this is a 70-mile range antenna. But you have to make sure that you do a channel search or this will not work for you. After you've done all that, that is it. Now you got free TV. No more paying for cable or satellite dishes. And I have to be honest with you, every ANTOP antenna I have ever used came in clearer and better than the satellite dishes that I've used and the cable companies that I've used. Most of the time you're going to get 1080p when you're watching your television. The pictures are unbelievable. They are just crystal clear and I love it. As for the design of this antenna, they did a perfect job. This thing is absolutely beautiful as far as antennas go. It used to be you had a long metal rod sticking out from your house and it just didn't look that good. These are slick, they're sleek, and they will match any decor. It doesn't matter what type of home you have. This will look good on the side of anything because of the nice white neutral color. And it's also built very well. Before I was installing this, I actually dropped it on a piece of metal and it didn't scratch, it didn't break, and it works perfectly. So it's built like a tank and it just looks good. As far as it goes with functionality, every channel that I get up on my television is crystal clear and 1080p, better than the satellite dish provider that I had before. So as far as it goes with looks, I give it a 5-star. As far as it goes with installation, I give it a 5-star. As far as it goes with being rugged and durable, I give it a 5-star. Everything about this antenna, I give a 5-star. I could not be happier, and now I have free television. So if you like this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, check us out at www.toolreviewzone.com. I will put the link at the bottom in the description of where you can buy this. You can pick them up at the Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon, anywhere. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, this antenna is really nice. A 70-mile range, you're able to pick up so many stations with it. Just wanted to share it with you. So I hope this helps. Thank you. Check it out. Have a great one.